everybody, welcome wherever you are in the world to the final round of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Garda Trentino. My name's Paul Malin, and thank you for joining us, not just today, but throughout the season. It's been a difficult season of racing, not just in motocross, but the world over, and for sport in general. But somehow we've found a way to get through it, and this fantastic circuit, situated right beneath the Dolomite Mountains, the perfect venue really for this final round. It's scenic, we've got great weather, we've had fantastic racing. I'm sure we'll get more racing again today. The circuit, no changes, but the top of the screen, that 180 loop coming back, shallow waves as they peel into that right-hand turn, coming back in the opposite direction. And look at that. Today, 8th of November, MXGP of Garda Trentino, round 18, is about to get into life here, and it will all be over by 4 o'clock this afternoon. And that is the scene, once again, above the circuit here at Pietra Marata. Before we go anywhere, though, let's take a look at this racetrack in a little bit more detail. We are on board today with Michele Chervelin. Then takes us for a lap around Trentino into that left-hand turn, a very fast left-hand turn over the box hole shot line, and then tightening up. Will there be problems through there, as we've had over the course of the past 7 or 8 days? The Monster Energy finish line and into this right-hand turn. As we go left here, they've built that single up, and then we've got an uphill jump now onto this. It was more of a crest before, so that's one of the minor changes on the racetrack. And then as we peel left through this fast turn 6, they've ripped heavily coming down into this corner. I was down there a few months ago. It's actually very, very heavy, very sticky down there as well. They watered the track overnight, and it's going to be quite soft in places, not waterlogged by any means. Over Scrub Hill, over the Monster Energy tabletop. There used to be a big, massive Monster Energy station over there, but social distancing and all that, not allowed to do that today. Anyway, over this double, when we go left, here's the track change. Now on the right side, the waves are a lot smaller than they are on the right. On the right, they're smaller. On the left, they're a bit bigger. That's because you've got that single jump going into the corner at the end of the straight. So you give a little, take a little. Very difficult getting out of that turn 12, that left-hander up and over that short, sharp crest, and then dropping downhill into that turn. These artificial corners as well, where they've been created since we've been out on track for practice this morning, the way the riders get in and out of those turns now, they sort of tend to hook back. So they're not as plain and simple as they appear on screen. Maybe for the start of the race, but certainly by the end of the race, it'll be completely different. This is end of Sector 3, coming into Sector 4. We've got that plateau doubling into here. Tom Vialle crashed through this part of the racetrack. In time practice, we'll see that in the qualifying highlights shortly. And as we go left, we jump back onto pit lane. You see the start straight there. So this corner here, just inside turn 1. And then this is the final corner. It's also turn 2 on the racetrack. A short drive over the Monster Energy finish line jump. And then we start another lap around Trentino. And that was a lap with the SDM Corsa Yamaha rider, Michele Chervelin. What can he do in MXGP a little later on? We can hear the MX2 riders coming towards the end of their sighting lap. A few moments ago, though, before they went out, Lisa Leyden caught up with Roman Mostak, FNH Kawasaki, and Yamaha SM Action MC Miuri J1 Racing's Maxime Renaux, who's currently 3rd in the championship.
Hello everyone and welcome to the start. We are almost ready for the final GP of the year, the MXGP of Garda Trentino. Now I'd like to speak to a couple of guys that, I mean, it's going to be a big day for this one here, Maxime Renaux, currently in the fight for 3rd position. You hold that position right now, but TKO Jed Beaton is right behind you. You can't relax today, can you?
Yeah, exactly. The white squad is just on my back, so I just have to do 2 consistent races. I have some points in front of them, so just have to keep focus, keep composure, and ride to good moto, and also don't think too much about the championship, because then it's like that you do mistakes. So yeah.
Sorry, I just reminded you of the championship.
Exactly. Thank you, Lisa.
Time practice this morning though, looking good?
Yeah, I feel pretty good on the track. Getting better and better. The feeling is coming good. So yeah, just want to do 2 good motos and try to catch that 3rd place championship.
Best of luck. Thanks,
Thank
Maxime.
you.
Okay, I'd like to grab a few words with F&H Kawasaki Racing's Roan van der Moosdijk, also a poleman this morning. Roan, I didn't actually speak to you about your shoulder, because I know you had a really tough GP on Wednesday. Can you just give us an update on how everything is and how you're feeling?
Yes, after the crash I just had a medical check here, and they said it's nothing too bad, so that was good. I had a few days off, that felt better and better, so I felt it a little bit in qualifying. We will see how it goes after 30 minutes, but I hope to just ride like I can, enjoy the day, the last round of the season, and end with a strong result.
Well, obviously, last round of the season. Looking back on the year that you've had so far, first year in MX2, are you pleased with how things have gone?
Yes, I'm quite pleased with it. Some ups and downs, you know, but I had 5 podiums and a race win in Lommel, so that's quite of my highlight of the season. Next year I need to minimize the mistakes, be more consistent, and always be up front, and I think we can have a good year again.
Enjoy the final GP.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roan. Good luck to all the guys. It's time for MX2 race 1.
And as usual, a few minutes after that, after those interviews, the riders headed out on track for their sighting. And of course, they are now back in their pens, getting ready to go to the line, if they're not already going to the line already. But 193 there, Jago Kietz. Yamaha had never won at this venue until Sunday, when he stood on the top step of the podium. He did it again on Wednesday. Here's how the championship looks, though. Championship coming into the final round. Tom Vialle with a gold plate, already champion, of course. 57 points clear of Jago Kietz. Maxime Renaux going for 3rd, though. He's got Jed Beaton 13 behind him, and Tom Kier Olsen 11 points further drift. And also Ben Watson can creep into the top 5, maybe even top 4 as well, because he's only 11 behind Thomas Kier Olsen. So still a lot to play for there as well. Roan van der Moosdijk, Conrad Muse, Ruben Fernandez and Stefan Rabini ran out the top 10. Alvin Osland moved up to 11th last time out. And Bas Barson also climbed a position to 14th. Tom Vialle still going to run the World Champions logo, because obviously didn't have a great second race on Wednesday, and he also wants to wear that World Champions helmet again. We got a close-up of it during the time practice session earlier. This is that time practice session. There is the World Champ and his dad. It was a wet circuit early on, prepped overnight, a low sun as well, so it was a little bit sticky in places, but it did dry out, and the lap times not necessarily reflecting that in all cases. Alvin Osland, he put in a couple of good laps actually, but it wasn't until lap 3 that the Swede found his way inside the top 6. Roan van der Moosdijk doing what he does best. Got up there early on. Hasn't been outside of the top 5 all year. Thomas Kier Olsen put in a good solid lap. He goes to the line 4th. He did his lap on his 8th and final lap. His teammate, though, just pipped him. Jed Beaton, the lead Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider, did his on lap 4 of 10. Tom Vialle had this crash. Watch this. Just lost the front here. It looked fairly small, but then he got clobbered by his own bike. He was gripping that right knee and right leg, but he did ride off back to the paddock. He still had a couple hours before first gate drop. Jago Kietz could only muster 7th on his Monster Energy Yamaha, 1.5 seconds behind this guy, Roan van der Moosdijk, on pole for the 6th time this year, a 1:43.9, the only rider to go below 1:44. I'll put my teeth in a minute. Anyway, here's how the riders go to the line for the final 2 races of the season. Roan van der Moosdijk on pole For the 6th time this year for FNH Kawasaki, Conrad Mewse second, Jed Beaton, Thomas Kjær Olsen, Maxime Renaux, and Albin Osland with his best qualifying of the season for Honda Racing Asamoah. Jago Geerts, Tom Vialle ran out the top 8. Then we had Michael Sandner and Ben Watson. Ruben Fernandez goes to the 9-11, ahead of Kevin Hawkmo. Stefan Rubini, Isaac Gifting, Todd Wilson. Again, the Australian with his best qualifying of the season, his short season at that. Bas Varson, 16th, Josh Gilbert, 17, and Morgan Leciado, Bailey Malkovich, Nathan Rankins, and the rest of the guys. 28 riders will go to the line for these races today. First and second in the championship there, number 1, obviously the 28 of Tom Vialle on the left, and Jago Geerts on the right, 193, Monster Energy Yamaha. Roman de Moosdijk, FNH Kawasaki MX2 racing team, on pole for the 6th time this year. He cannot catch Ben Watson, so he will stay 7th, and he has 116 points between himself and Conrad Mewse. So 7th in his first year as an MX2 rider. Jed Beaton, though, 13 points behind Maxime Renaux in 4th in the championship. Can he bag himself a bronze medal at the end of 2 30-minute plus 2-lap races? Will he get passed by his teammate, Thomas Kjær Olsen, who is 11 points behind Jed Beaton in 5th? And Maxime Renaux just needs to maintain a cool, calm focus if he is to hold on to that 3rd in the championship. Jago Geerts already knows that 2nd overall is going to be his. Mathematically now impossible to catch this guy, 57 points behind him. Tom Vialle had that off this morning. How will that affect his confidence and his form even? Ben Watson, Monster Energy Yamaha, factory MX2, as we said a moment ago, 11 points behind Thomas Kjær Olsen, who in turn is 11 behind Jed Beaton. Could he get 5th or 4th by the end of the day? Ruben Fernandez, SDM Corsa Yamaha, 9th in the championship. He could find his way past Conrad Mewse for 8th. He's only 6 points behind the Hitachi KTM rider. Stefan Rubini, 10th in the championship. His teammate could find a way by him, though. He's only 18 behind. And Isaac Gifting, what a great MX2 second half of the season he's had. He didn't join us until Mantova won, so halfway through the season. He currently sits in 13th place, but he could probably find his way past Boromé. He's only 21 points behind the Frenchman. Bas Varson, Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee, 14th in the championship. And there's his teammate, Conrad Mewse, who goes to the line, went to the line 2nd. Green flag at the back. We are getting ready to go racing here. The final round of the season. The Fly Racing 15 second board is up. MX2 race 1, 30 minutes plus 2 laps about to get underway here. Who will it be that grabs that foxhole shot? MX2 race 1 bursts into life here at Garda Trentino, and it's Vialle who sweeps across everybody else to bag himself his 20th foxhole shot, 21st. There's a few riders down at the back, though. Who is in that? Well, Renaux is safe, so too the Yamahas of Jago Geerts and Watson. Watson getting passed there by Rubini. Leciado's in there. Isaac Gifting is in there as well. But it's Vialle who leads, dead leg or not. Maxime Renaux just behind him, then Jago Geerts, then Rubini, then Watson. Leciado, Gifting at the bottom of the hill. Mewse, Osland. Then it looks like it might be Beaton, possibly. Olsen, I think, went down in the first turn. He's down in 22nd place. So Jed Beaton, I think Fernandez was in there as well, and Sander, maybe Gilbert. There was a whole bunch of people went down in that first turn, but here's Renaux. at the moment in second position. Geertz third. Ravini fourth. Then Watson looking to go around the outside of the rider in red. Good start this as well for Muse, already making up 3 or 4 positions on this opening half lap. Just there, the 4.26, the third rider in shot, second rider at the bottom of the hill. Oh, back end just getting a little bit loose there on the 959 Yamaha. Little warning sign on the opening lap for Maxime Renaux. Everybody trying to get through this first lap. Looks tricky, doesn't it? Still a little bit wet and sticky in places. No one really wanting to take the risk. Of course, the one who has no pressure now is the guy who's disappearing at the head of the field, Tom Vialle. Already 3.2 seconds clear at the end of this first lap. Maxime Renaux second. He's going for third place in the championship. His nearest rival, if you like, in that respect, Jed Beaton, is in 8th place. So he'll put some points on him in that respect. Geertz looking to go not quite to the outside, but just looking for a slightly better sweep. Watson is cleared. Ravini. So Watson now up into 4th place behind his teammate. And remember, he's only 11 points behind Thomas Kjær Olsen. Olsen already up in the 16th position. So as it stands right now, Vialle obviously champion, Geertz second, Renaux third. He's on 5.63, Beaton 5.41, Watson on 5.24. Olsen 2 points further back. That could change though, because Olsen has more riders to pass than Watson. Maxime Renaux looking nice and tidy at the moment. Geertz going for second position here. Morgan Lasiado's lost 2 places. Alvin Osland and Roman Mostijk both gone through, but Van der Mostijk also finding his way past Osland into 9th. Track heavily ripped in some places. Renaux closes the door, looks to the left, then looks to the right. Are we going to see something that happened a couple of days ago where he cuts back to the inside? Jago Geertz didn't work on Vialle, but it worked on Vialle. It doesn't work here on Renaux. Renaux looking a little bit nervous. Wants as many points as he can muster, but at the same time, he's just focused on going out and getting the job done. He's got Beaton in 8th place, so 6 positions behind him. No need to put yourself under pressure. You'd rather just let Jago Geertz go and then follow him, because the gap back to Watson is around about 3 or 4 seconds. So from that side, might be a bit of an easier ride. And then when you find your pace, try and go back past the Belgian. But he's happy to sit there. And Olsen down again. Well, that plays into the hands of Ben Watson. That bottom corner, did Horgmo go down? So Horgmo went down. Watson, Olsen couldn't avoid him. Oh, it's for better. 2.75. Jago Geertz looking interested, bottom of the hill, but he'll get the door shut in his face. Olsen was in 16th. He's now outside of the top 20 after that collision with Verbetta. So Vialle leads, 5 seconds clear. Set the fastest lap on lap 2, 1:45.2. He has more foxhole shots than anybody else, 21. And in the Tag Heuer Best Lap Challenge, which is the fastest lap from either race 1 or race 2 on a race weekend, he has 5 of those with this guy, Jago Geertz. So those two pushing for that particular accolade as well. Here is Vialle, looking nice and comfortable at the head of the field. 7 seconds clear of Maxime Renaux now. And looking smooth and comfortable in the process as well, the Red Bull KTM rider. 3 Yamahas here, the Yamaha SM Action MC Miuri J1 rider Maxime Renaux and the two Monster Energy Yamahas of Geerts and Watson. They're not leaving this group behind. I would think Renaux holding everybody else up now, because they're starting to gain momentum as a pack. And they're closing down. So Rubini, Muse, Gifting, Beaton, and Van der Moosdijk here, number 39, all closing in on Watson in 4th place. Here's Conrad Muse, closest to us. The lead rider in shot, 4.26. He's in 6th place. Then Gifting, then Beaton. Here's his teammate, Olsen, around the outside, the number 19. Finds his way past Leonardo. Angeli bobbles anywhere in the corner. Olsen picking himself up. It's working for better. The rider who he tangled with is now giving chase to the Dane. But a disastrous race at the moment for Olsen. Now up into 19th place. He's got Wilson Todd just ahead of him. Back down past pit lane then. Vialle already over the line, 4 laps complete for him. But Isaac Gifting, desperate. He's the 3rd rider in shot, 5.17 on the Diga Procross Gas. 2nd rider in shot there. Desperate to find his way past the 4.26 of Conrad Muse on the Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee, but it's going to be a mistake, I think, that determines this one. Oh. Almost landed on the back of the KTM rider there, did the Swede. Very tight corner. We've already seen 2 riders go down in that one on this race alone, on this lap. Renault's put some distance between himself and Jago Geerts, though, about 1.5 seconds now. Geerts was a 47.6, sorry. Watson a 46.7, so a full second quicker than his teammate. But this pack here, Muse, Gifting, Beaton in grey, just behind these 2 riders, is losing ground to Maxime Renaux in that battle for 3rd place in the championship. But a little bit too much whiskey there in the right hand for Isaac Gifting, placed right in the hands of Jed Beaton. Beaton not able to capitalise though. Gifting almost losing 7th there. Nice race this for Maxime Renaux. Settled the nerves, that's for sure. But Jago Geerts climbing back all over the rear wheel of the 959 once again. Good recovery from him. Meanwhile, Vialle, fastest rider on the track again, 1:44.44. Here he is, the race leader. Once again, dancing to his own tune. Foxhole shot in the books. 21 now for the season. And he's already 11.5 seconds clear of Maxime Renaux and Jago Geerts. Can't even see him on that piece of racetrack. Anyway, here's what happened at the start. This guy featured right at the front again. Centre of the gate, pretty much, just off centre, number 1. Watson had to swing wide, gave himself plenty of room, but Olsen getting caught. Quite a few people going down in that. Wilson Todd, Olsen, Fernandez, Gilbert, 6 or 7 guys went down in there. And that's nothing to do with gate position in terms of whether you went to the line first or 21st. It was just a pack of riders coming together. Wrong place at the wrong time for Olsen. 6 laps complete. Tom Vialle looking every bit the world champion that he was crowned on Wednesday when he was victorious from start to finish in race 1. Meanwhile, no way through for Geerts as Renaux defends as he looks after that world championship bronze for now. And Jed Beaton not able to find his way past Gifting either, so the two riders going for third in the championship. One doing a slightly better job than the other one. Just able to pick his lines, do what he wants. Not under pressure. Vialle. Over on the left side here, the wave's very, very shallow. That's because when you get to the end here, you've got that single. It's pretty high, pretty steep. Back end only got out a little bit there, nothing major. It's looking for some kind of inspiration here, looking for a different line, trying to think outside of the box. Gets good drive around here, but he'll need a mistake from Renaux that doesn't come. We do see it though, where riders hit an edge, back end gets out of shape, it's very steep and slippery, so you do lose quite a lot of drive if you're not careful. But it didn't happen that time around. Watson back there in the background in fourth position, keeping an eye on these two. 17.5 minutes to go, plus 2 laps. The Belgian now may be frustrated at not finding a way past the French rider ahead of him in red. As always, this early in the day, there is one line that's probably better than others. Here's Beaton. And Gifting there, just ahead of him. So Conrad Muse on the Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee in 6th position, is broken free. From the 517 there in that bottom corner. And the number 14, Jed Beaton. Whereas Olsen now, he's now up into 7th position. About a second adrift of Peter Pollock as Geertz looks to go down the inside, but getting forced to the outside here through this wave section. Just can't find a way through. See how slippery it is there. It's equally as treacherous when you don't get drive out of the inside line there where Renaux is. And all of a sudden Watson is closing back in on his teammate. Look. This is stepping up before the monster jump. Just got squeezed. Ben Watson, 4th position at the moment, 15.3 seconds down on your race leader, Tom Vialle, at the start of lap 8. Vialle over the line now, 8 laps in the books. And 146.3 for the Frenchman. Fastest lap of the race was 144.447. That was on lap 5. Tom Vialle. So just putting in a good turn of speed. Those sprint motos during the week, obviously working a treat all year long. A little bit further down the order, Ruben Fernandez, who was also down in the first turn with Thomas Olsen and a few other riders, now finds himself in 12th place at the expense of Bailey Malkovich. So the Honda 114 rider pushed into 13th place. He's ahead of Bas Varsen, Jan Panzer, Peter Pollock. Olsen now 17th. Wilson Todd 19th. Another rider who was down on the deck. Rubini, he'll be pleased with this, 5th place, just not too far off of Watson. Seems like a frustrating racetrack at the moment. These two breaking free from Watson once again. A lap ago, the Brit was just a little bit closer. And he gains ground again after a mistake from the 193 there. Somehow managed to stay up, coming out of that turn, top of the hill. So Maxime Renaux opens up a little gap. Slight bobble there, but nothing major. Rubini gaining on Watson and maybe gaining in confidence as well. Ruben Fernandez, meanwhile, up to 11th now, finds his way past Morgan Luciano, puts in a purple sector 2, fastest of the race. He's obviously angry at being pulled down in turn 1. There he is, the Terminator. Gets to the inside of Luciano, doubles his way in, jumps long, forces the issue, and it was an aggressive move, but he needed to do it. Olsen up to 16th now, Pollock down to 17th. Is Malkovich, 47, just behind Pollock. So Pollock has gone through on the Australian. Thomas Olsen, bottom corner, just behind pit lane, stalls, fires up, Pollock goes through. It's turning into one of those nightmare races for the number 19. Down in 17th place, and a problem for Wilson Todd. He's been off, fires up at 21 Kawasaki, and then, as in the year, not the number, rejoins the track, but he was in 20th place, Wilson Todd. Jago Kietz, as close as he was at the start of the race to the 959, but again, looking to try and execute a move that's just not happening. Because every time he gets close, Renaux closes the door. Watson waiting for a mistake in the background. He's in 4th place. Right, do these outside lines work yet? They worked a couple of laps ago because he was able to get up the inside of Kietz here, but then again, door closed in his face. Looking good at the moment, though. Yeah, has to jump to the outside here. He knew immediately that Renaux was going to go on the defensive. And now he gets squeezed back to the inside. Outside line carrying more momentum. So this is the fight for second. Vialle, 15 seconds clear, or he will be by the end of the lap. Finally, does he get a good drive here? Still can't do it. Not happening for Kietz at the moment. Doesn't need to find his way past Renaux. Renaux, of course, in second. He's going for 3rd place in the championship. He's on 563. Jed Beaton on 541. Watson still hanging on to 5th in the championship. 524. Olsen on 521. Olsen up and down the leaderboard like a yo-yo today. Ugh. 2 little stabs there. Mistake as he went into the final corner. Jago Kietz got pushed offline. Going into the final race, if it stays like this, an 18-point cushion between Maxime Renaux and Jed Beaton. Beaton hasn't been able to advance further than 8th right from the start. Is Olsen. So this is one of the mistakes that he made after picking himself up. Picked himself up, walking for better, fell in front of him, couldn't avoid him. Ended up down in 22nd. Then he stalled again. Lost positions again. And he's now in 16th, but this corner becoming quite problematic for the Dane. Sorry, just revisiting the points chart here. Maxime Renaux 5.63. Jed Beaton on 5.41. So 23 points. Not a bad place to be with one race left to go. Eight and a half minutes plus 2 laps. 12 laps in the books. MX2 race 1 here, the final round of 2020. Still got a race to go, but 3rd position up for grabs. 4th and 5th still up for grabs as well, as Tom Vialle was crowned world champion on Wednesday. Thomas Olsen now in the 15th place, so edging closer towards Watson again. Renaux, Keats, Watson. Watson looking interested once again. Just under 8 minutes plus 2 laps to go. You can imagine these guys. Oh, and Jorgo Keats out of the seat. Going to play into the hands of his teammate. The 919 shows a wheel. Jumps long, looking for momentum all the time. Good response this for Watson, all of a sudden. It's been close a couple of times, lost the ground, and all of a sudden back in contact. Bottom of your screen there on the upslope. Renaux, Keats, Watson. Vialle already into the first corner, look, bottom of your screen. Around the back marker. That's what about 13 or 14 seconds looks like. So 13 laps complete. No change in the first 5 places. Vialle continues to lead. Renaux, Keats, Watson still locked together, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Here is Watson with the yellow helmet. Rubini is in 5th place. Honda Racing Asamoah. Haven't seen too much of him, but he's there, just about 3 seconds further back. Maybe even closer than that, 2 seconds further back. Then we've got Muse, Gifting, Beaton, Van der Moosdijk. Fernandez now to 10th. He's found away by Osland. Jed Beaton coming towards us, back of this group. There is number 14. Back marker, looks across, sees Gifting there, sees Beaton going through as well. Through that little shallow wave section. Brings us back around. And mistake there for Muse. Muse tips over. So Muse was in 6th position. Picks himself up behind Beaton, so 8th. Beaton won't mind too much about that, I don't think. It's another point. As Watson back over his teammate again. And a mistake for Hitz. And easily through Watson. So Watson up to 3rd. Nothing worse when you're a mechanic. You see your rider go behind pit lane in 3rd place and then emerges and is down to 4th. It was definitely closing in, wasn't it? It was only a matter of time before Watson got the better of his teammate. He'd just been parked the whole race behind Maxime Renaux. Now that he's got clear track, is he able to get onto the rear wheel of the Frenchman and make a move of his own? And here it's going to be in danger of losing 4th to Rubini now. There is Rubini still lurking in the background on the jump, coming into land. He'll be pleased with this. Got a 5th in Faenza 2, race 2. Hasn't been up there since. He got a 6th in Belgium in the first race at the second round of the Belgian trilogy. And now he's got the rider second in the world ahead of him in the form of Jago Geerts, and he's closing on him as well. And Watson closing on Maxime Renaux, and fast. 3.5 minutes to go. Good out of there. Back markers, this is where they need to pay attention. Vialle's already gone through. Renaux's already gone through, and Johannes Nerman not paying too much attention. Gifting, beaten. Again, beaten, just not able to do anything about Gifting. Very soft braking bumps down there. It doesn't look like it here, but when I walked down there at the start of the race, very grabby, very soft, where they ripped heavily last night and watered heavily down there as well. So with 2 minutes to go, Vialle leads. His lead over Maxime Renaux is currently 13 seconds. Watson breathing down his neck, though, still. Nice improvisation there from Beaton. Will he finally get the better of Isaac Gifting? Gifting there in 6th place, Beaton 7th, Muse 8th, 3 seconds further back, 2.5 seconds further back after he made a mistake 2 laps ago whilst holding 6th position. And the most like 9, and Ruben Fernandez in 10th place. Fernandez was down on the deck at turn 1, remember. So too was Thomas Kjær Olsen. Olsen now 14th. Here's your race leader, Tom Vialle. Red Bull KTM team has been absolutely outstanding since 2008. The list of champions and titles, only lost it once in that time. That was 2015 to Tim Geiser, who was on a Honda, still is on a Honda, of course. Watson, just like his teammate Geerts, not able to do anything about Maxime Renaux at the moment. Smooth the line down the inside, but then that corner is very tight when you get there. Get ready to take the 2-lap board. That's where he fell this morning. So not sure what problems he had, whether it was just a dead leg or a dead knee or whatever, Tom Vialle, but he's been able to pick himself up, dust himself down and grab another hole shot. 21 Fox hole shots now in the books. Another start to finish win for him as it stands right now, as the 2-lap board goes out. Wilson Todd just trying to stay out of the way of traffic coming through as Maxime Renaux and Ben Watson. There now 2 riders in that 2nd place battle. Jago Geerts just losing too much time this time around. Waved yellows off the drop-off, so somebody's tipped over again off this part of the racetrack. So just 2 laps to go then, lap and a half to go. Vialle, 12 seconds clear. He's backing off his pace as Renaux, Watson and Geertz continue to fight over that second place. Renaux has been there pretty much right from the very first lap. The two factory Yamahas of, first of all, Geertz and then Watson, not able to find a way through on the Frenchman. Watson will try, though. Between now and the checkered flag, you can bet your bottom dollar on that one. The rider going down, possibly Vaspassen, because he's slipping out of the points now. Can Watson do anything about Renaux? In the final lap. Here is Vialle about to start that final lap. So far this year, he's already led 309 laps coming into this race. Add another 19 by the time this race one is done. Gives you an indication as to the dominance of Tom Vialle this year. Jargo Geertz, by comparison, 156 laps. And he's second in the championship and second in the laps leaderboard. Jed Beaton looking for one last push as he tries to find a way past the 5:17 of Isaac Gifting. Rubini just ahead of them here at the top of the hill. So Rubini in 5th place. Is he in trouble on this final lap? Soon find out, won't we? Can't afford to switch off now. He was probably thinking he had more time in his hands than he actually has. There's Vialle dropping downhill now, bottom of your screen, and then you've got top of the hill, second and third, Maxime Renaux and Ben Watson. In race wins, though, Vialle and Jargo Geertz not really separable. Jargo on 14, Tom Vialle also has 13, but that's going to become 14 when he sees the checkered flag in a couple of 100 yards' time. So he picks himself up off the deck during time practice, rebounds with a foxhole shot and a race win. Tom Vialle, a winner for the 14th time. Maxime Renaux hangs on for second, Watson third, gets the better of his teammate. Geertz will limp over the line in 4th place. Meanwhile, where is Rubini? He manages just to stay ahead in 5th. Gifting 6, Beaton 7. We should have Muse, Van der Moosdijk and Fernandez. Van der Moosdijk, he'll cross the line in 9th. And 2 riders further back on the line now. Ruben Fernandez, number 70, SDM Corsa Yamaha. Here's Olsen. He'll come through in 13th place. And in the fight for 5th, he is 1 behind Ben Watson as we go into the final race. Give you the official confirmation shortly. Get the rest of the riders through. Tom Vialle, obviously already world champion. Jargo Geertz, second. Compern. Maxime Renaux, third. But anyway, here's Lisa.
Tom Vialle, despite going down in time practice, probably not feeling 100% out there. You still look really smooth, comfortable, and you got another foxhole shot. Just tell us how you were feeling out there in that race.
Yeah, I make a crash on time practice and I hurt a little bit my knee. But you know, the first 2 laps, he was a little bit burning my knee, but when he was a little bit hot, it was better. I was feeling really good in first moto. I try at the end the last 10 minutes to ride a bit more slow for the second moto for my knee, but I mean, I was riding good, all shot and perfect race. Thank you.
Great job. Thanks, Tom.
Tom Vialle, another start to finish win then for the newly crowned world champion. You just see the blacked out numbers on the front of that plate beneath the gold leaf, number 1 there. 19 laps from start to finish. Tom Vialle struggling with a slight knee injury, but didn't deter him from picking up another 25 points, did it? Tom Vialle, your winner from race 1. Official confirmation then of MX2 race 1 here. Garda Trentino. Tom Vialle, your winner for Red Bull KTM. Then we had the 3 Yamahas, Maxime Renaux, Ben Watson, Jago Kietz. Then Stefan Rubini on the Honda, Isaac Giftings, Gas, Jed Beaton's on the Husqvarna, and Conrad Muse. Then we had Roman Mostike 9, Fernandez, Leciado, Osland, Olsen. He set his fastest lap on the final lap and was still only in 13th. Jan Panzer 14, Bailey Malkovich, Nathan Rankins, Peter Pollock, Jakob Teresak, Michael Sandner, and Josh Gilbert. Take a look at the highlights from MX2 race 1. It went a little something like this. Just to the right of the podium, number 1, Tom Vialle, across the line for his 21st foxhole shot. But some riders went cartwheeling. Olsen was in there, so too Ruben Fernandez, Wilson Todd, to name just a few. But it was Vialle who led the way. Renaux 2nd, Kietz 3rd, Rubini 4th, Leciado. Watson was in there pretty quickly as well. Up the inside into 4th behind Rubini eventually, as he went around the outside of the Frenchman on the uphill here. The second place battle was a race-long affair between Maxime Renaux, Jago Kietz and Ben Watson. Joachim Vermette fell, took Thomas Kjær Olsen with him. Olsen was in 16th at that phase, went down to 22nd. It would become a nightmare race for him as he stalled coming into this left-hand turn, lost more positions. Conrad Muse then fell from 6th. He lost 2 places to Isaac Gifting and Jed Beaton. Then a mistake from Kietz allowed Ben Watson, who was already closing in anyway, into 3rd. He then went after Renaux, but was unsuccessful in that attempt. Just like Jed Beaton, not able to find his way around Isaac Gifting the whole race. He would have been 8th had Conrad Muse not fallen. Despite getting close, Watson not able to find his way past the 959 of Renaux. It was another comfortable win, though, for Tom Vialle. 6 seconds in the end. Doesn't tell the whole story. Vialle, your winner from Renaux, Watson, Kietz and Rubini. Foxhole shot time then. And as if we needed some more reminding, the number 1 and the number 28, depends which angle you're looking at it. Tom Vialle, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, avoided the carnage for his 21st foxhole shot of the campaign. Tom Vialle then, on 21. He was already untouchable just a few races ago. Kietz and Watson 2nd and 3rd. So a little bit of track work will go on out on the racetrack. We will take a look at some best moments, but we will be back at the top of the hour, 12 o'clock, so 5 minutes from now for MXGP Race 1. We'll see you then. Join us in a couple of minutes, MXGP Race 1. We'll see you then. Bye for now.